Mental Health Commission of Canada. There's some people creating more physical and mental health issues on purpose. Past chief of addictions at KMH, he had an office right next door to mine. He growls at me for trying to save his life. And his staff would say, "I know, we work for the mass murderer." I work for the nut. He's a doctor. On the CBC. Opioids put you into a coma, and it's used as an anesthetic. So what's an anesthesiologist do when you put you under? Keeps you ventilated. That's the only thing keeping you alive. And then you got the KMH say, no, chest compressions. This is a webinar I was on with the KMH years ago. And apparently these guys are the expert advisors on giving chest compressions. Deb Matthews, past Minister of Health, Ontario. Kathleen Wynne, past Premier. And Dr. Eric Hoskins, past Medical Officer of Health. 1,000 doctors wrote a letter, and I had to sit down with Kathleen Wynne and said, it's rescue breathing. Kathleen Wynne says, I'll get Hoskins to look into that. We didn't even get a response from Hoskins. Here's your present Minister of Health. Phone call with Paul, her staff. Paul's family owns a first aid and CPR training company. He goes, what the Jesus H. Christ is that? I know they're killing everybody. Natalie Kusendova, she's got a private members bill, 105, mandatory training of police officers to use naloxone. Well, every police officer has first aid and knows what to do for any breathing emergency. It's given rescue press ASAP. And the present up on the Ministry of Health's website, the wrong instructions up there. They're all loons. They're getting themselves murdered too, you know. You teach millions of people to do this, and they do it. Doctor told me to. This is from the KMH. All those signs prove you're alive. Could be any of the hundreds of causes of breathing emergency. This recovery position, that's dangerous. Every second you're under oxygenated, you're dying. The goal in any respiratory emergency is get them awake and talking and breathing adequately on their own. Recovery position, yikes, there could be big trouble. Eh? KMH. Yeah, shake at the shoulders. Nah, pinch him is a little better. Oh, shake at the shoulders, you find somebody down. And then call 911. And then it says inject naloxone. No. Step 3 is rescue breathing. For 100 sound medical reasons, stabilize the patient first. Then you may give naloxone because they could wake up with the rescue breathing alone. And then it says give chest compressions in big letters. No. Naloxone has no role in the management of cardiac arrest. The blood's not moving. The naloxone can't get to the brain to do its work if your blood's not moving. And then a second dose. Anyway, they're all crazy as loons. Teaching millions of people to do this, and they're killing their own children in any breathing emergency. Your tax dollar at work teaching millions of people how to kill people in any breathing emergency. Because the doctor can't tell what's causing a breathing emergency except give air ASAP, diagnose, treat the underlying cause. Everybody's paying to get themselves murdered. You teach them, they do it eagerly. Oh, doctor told me to do that, so I do it. Killing the doctors too. Unbelievable. Of course they're doing it, killing their own children. Dumb. Millions of people killing yous all. This is what 10 million references in the medical literature tells you to do for a breathing emergency. They've got what they call safer consumption sites in this province. Well, they're all around the world. And the nurses do this because they don't want to lose their license by killing everybody with a breathing emergency. Well, yes, sir. They certainly don't do what the doctors tell them to do. They'd be charged with murder. Because that's what they are. They're breathing emergencies. There's over 50,000 poisonings per year in this province. Majority of them are children. And any poisoning, any drug overdose is a breathing emergency. There's hundreds of causes of breathing emergency. And it's got down here, if you're trained in CPR, only do chest compressions if the person does not have a heartbeat. That's correct. But if your heart stops secondary to respiratory arrest, it means you're brain dead. And you're going to need advanced cardiac life support methods, trauma team, and the prognosis is very, very poor. And that's why you better find somebody before their heart stops. Respiratory arrest. That means you're dead. You stop breathing. You are dead until someone starts breathing for you. Yes, sir. No brainer, and a child knows that. Because every child's had a breathing emergency. Sick in bed. Mummy, I can't breathe. Or a child hitting the chest or the stomach or the back or the throat. I can't breathe. Run too fast, I can't breathe. That's right. Very important stuff. Like you gotta breathe in 15,000 liters of air per day to stay alive. It's the most important food item. Air. 20% oxygen. That's what we breathe in. We breathe out 16% oxygen, enough to keep anybody alive. Ever flown on a plane? Tell you, well, a mask will fall from the overhead. I guess you take the oxygen coming out of the mask and not pound on their heart like they teach millions of people to do. Murder you all. And they do it. The doctor told me to do it, so I'm doing it. Pound it out of the beating heart. Your tax dollars paying for this stupid tea. Anyway, there's only less than 15,000 out of hospital cardiac arrests per year in this province. And the signs are totally different than a breathing emergency.